I just picked up a super cool instrument. So you definitely got to check this out. Ever since I was a little kid and I saw Jack Bruce in the video for Strange Brew. Jack Bruce is amazing bass player, one of my favorites. And he's playing a bass 6. So I finally picked up a bass 6. It's a Squier, but it is the same color and everything like what he played, although obviously his was a Fender and his was like from, you know, the whatever it is, mid 60s, 64, 66, something like that. But it's pretty much the same thing. The biggest difference is I think his Sunburst had a little more red, and the Tortoise pickguard was obviously different. I mean, they're all different, but I think it was a different sort of shade. Sometimes they're browner, sometimes they're redder, things like that. But the biggest difference is his didn't have the block inlays. His just had dot inlays. And of course, you know, the wood, this is like that Laurel fretboard that Squire's been using, that I think Fender's been using actually, since, what is it, the Cities thing with the wood and all that. But anyway, so here we are, bass 6, so let's try it out. So here we have my used, new to me, oops, I'm making a mess of my wife's office down here, new to me, Squier bass 6. So Jack Bruce, of course, is the entire reason why I got this. Although I know like Joe Perry used one, I think on Back in the Saddle, the song, and people have used them. I think John Lennon was the one who played it in the Beatles on a couple of tunes. Pretty cool, but it was Jack Bruce, seeing him with this, with the Sunburst and everything, that I was like, yeah, that's cool. He very quickly discovered, from what I've read, that it's really hard to fingerpick. So he pretty soon went to a 4-string and was able to then fingerpick and really develop his amazing bass style. But I think the whole first Cream album, I think he played the bass 6 on it. So anyway, it is, if you don't know, it is a it's a long scale electric guitar that's tuned an octave lower. So a 6-string bass would normally have the 4 middle strings be the E, A, D, G, and then have a high C and a low B, being, you know, on bass tuned by intervals of fourths. On this, though, it's tuned, the E, A, D, G are the 4 lower strings, just like a standard bass. Then there's a B above instead of a C that a 6-string bass would have as a higher, or even a 5-string if you tuned it that way, strung it up that way. But a B and then a high E. So you end up with exactly the tuning of a guitar. So you can play chords like a D chord, just like you would on a guitar. Still getting used to it because the strings are like super thick and the neck is like super long from a regular standard guitar. I think it's a 30-inch scale length, which is quite a bit longer than a guitar. But it's pretty neat. I really like it. And I believe the controls are on-off for the 3 pickups, and then a strangle switch, which I think cuts bass frequencies. So, you know what? Let's find out. Okay. Okay, yes. So. So this first switch is the strangle switch, and then, yes, it doesn't do anything when the other three are off. Then the other switches are bridge pickup, middle pickup, and neck pickup. So. Okay, so the bass cut thing, down is off, like the pickup ones, of course. Makes sense. Up is then actually cutting the bass. So. So there we have it. I ordered some new strings, and I think I could probably lower the action a bit on it, and the volume knob, I don't want to play with it too much, but the volume knob, it does work, but then when you get to the end, it just keeps spinning. So you turn it all the way up and it just keeps spinning, and then you turn it all the way down, it just keeps spinning. I don't know exactly what's loose in there, but I don't want to keep playing with it and break a wire or anything unnecessarily. So I will get some new strings and everything. I don't know when I'm going to get those, because it's close to Christmas. Well, it's November, almost November when I'm recording this. I don't know when I'll upload it, but they may go into like my Christmas stocking or something from Santa. But that's what we have. So it is pretty neat, I think. So there's a G chord. Yeah, I think it needs to be intonated because a couple of the notes are sounding a little wonky, tuning wise. But and the neck is big, but really neat. I really like it. I think it'll definitely work better with a pick. But anyway, there we are. My newest acquisition.